Street, Jungle, Ringo, depending on people, yeah. Look, Joseph called police on me today, people, yeah. The man in the market come to fight me today, people, yeah. There things that happen in a one day, you understand? So, we see that this year is a new year and we see that it's happening. It's actually happening, you understand? People are getting fed and, you understand, the Father's work is happening. The universe is happy. The people them that are hungry are happy. Everyone is leaving happy every day from this market. And they're coming like the people them not happy because guess what? They're not happy with inside of their self because they can be giving but they're not giving. You understand? They could be helping but they're not helping. You understand? But what they're trying to do is pop down a good cause. But guess what? This is where we turn up, people, yeah, and we stand together in unity and strength, you understand? And show them that 1 million people, yeah, will get fed and will get helped, you understand, people, yeah? And the mission will continue, yeah, people, yeah? And we're out here, you understand? Look, Adam.
Yes.
Lift up the pot for me quickly. Adam, just lift up the pot for me quickly. That's where we're at. We're more than halfway down. I didn't really have no one to hold the camera, but you understand? Adam is back, people, yeah? Good vibes. Huh? Yeah, food in the pot, man. Food there. Yes, people.
Yeah, the officer, what's happening? Right, so we'll come and talk to you in a second. We're just talking with this gentleman right now. Yeah. Or do you want to come talk to us over here?
No, we can all talk together, really.
Okay, I just wanted to get away from this situation.
There's no situation, it's a community, so we can all talk together.
Yeah, that's fine, but I think we'd prefer to speak over here because he's alleged something we don't talk about in private. That's not fine, we'll move him out. Okay, so this gentleman's alleged that there's some issues today. Yeah. He's made some threats and potentially assaulted him. Some allegations, so I'm not saying that it's true, but it's an allegation of crime.
What kind of threats? I don't understand.
As in, you threatened to box him up, that was the exact word that was used, and you apparently grabbed his coat. Yes, that's common assault. We're happy to deal with it slow time, but what that means is we're going to need some details off you. We need to confirm your address, name, etc. Yeah. Is that something you're happy to provide, or?
Of course.
Okay, that's fine.
Nothing's happened.
The reason we want to do that is we can then do our CCTV inquiries, get all of that done.
Then get your side of the story,
yeah.
Invite you for an interview.
Yeah, it saves us having to arrest people, and we can get all the evidence together.
We're not saying anything's happened at the moment. We're impartial. We just arrive and get stuff. What's your name, mate?
We miss you, mate.
Yeah, we'll miss it.
And Adam was crying the other day, misses your food so much, another moment 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't
Dave.
Yeah. Listen, he goes hungry because they won't let him get
Yeah, I know. I respect Ringo for what he did, man. Because you know, a lot of people violate him too much.
Ringo's a good man, you let him back.
You're my uncle, you're my brother, you have everything. That's what I respect you. And my lady respect
Tell the people how you think it's affected Croydon.
It's affected them in a big way because the homeless people are going hungry.
You know what I mean?
Rubbish.
I know.
They're breaking down, they're not even eating.
Everything.
It's bad.
So him have to help everybody. And then police want to intervene in this. You know what I mean?
Let him his food, you know, just get, you know.
Support you support everybody.
And your character as well, you make everyone laugh.
Yeah, good vibes.
Good vibes in Jordan, no good vibes.
Good vibes.
What's the
But
activity?
them can't stop it from Croydon. They're taking the piss. They can't stop it. Not you have the pause. They can stop you.
Yes, everybody, big up yourself. Yeah, man, good vibes. What was the first thing that I thought when the letter came? The first thing I thought, I was shocked. I was shocked at first, and then I was questioning it and wondering what it was. The way the letter is written, it was in like that type of jargon language. Who did I call first? Who was the first person I called? I called Chef Ricardo and I said, Chef Ricardo, you know, me get a letter from the police door and explaining to him and whatnot. All right. After that, I thought to myself,
I think this is quite ridiculous that how this man would phone the police, seeing what he's doing, want to stop him in his tracks. Considering he was been there a while, the whole of last summer, I think he's been there giving these people food. It's crazy, man.
I need to tell everyone what's happening, and I had it there for a couple of days before I actually made the announcement and everything, it was there. Because I was thinking, nah, at first, yeah, there was that slight, we're humans, I'm a human. So that rage built up inside of feud, like angry, like raw. Man's getting a letter for going out and doing what I enjoy doing, which I didn't see it was a problem. All right, but it didn't.
He even gave them clothes. Look, the shoes that is on this man's foot right now is the clothes that he gave them. So not only is he feeding them, he's giving them clothes. He's trying to help them sort out their stuff. There's mental health. There's drugs going on. There's a whole set, and people just kind of hating on him for stupid reasons.
Last for long because I'm an individual. I don't fester. I don't hold grudges. I'm just generally like that. So that vibration disappeared very quickly, and I just want to explain to you guys, yeah. And I haven't really explained this to you guys yet, like this, yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone that's a part of the journey. You understand? And the letter was also another sign to reflect on everything that I've been doing, that's been going on, the whole journey itself. It made me reflect. It made me reflect. But before I go back into the part of reflecting, I just want to say to you, the letter didn't come from anywhere. It didn't just appear out of the blue just like that. Initially, on the 8th of December, I was at the market, cooking as normal, yeah? And as I was there cooking, I brought my ingredients from the stalls and etc. Joseph was there at the market, and I approached Joseph and I said, Joseph, what I want? How comes you've gone behind my back and you're on the high street on the Tuesdays giving out food to the homeless, and at the same time you're telling members of the public that you've been sponsoring me for feeding the homeless and etc. And if you guys check, you would see like previous videos, Joseph's there saying, come in, free food. What I gathered from it later on down is that Joseph was using, basically coming around because he liked the crowd, he liked that attention that people from the market was able to see his food, his produces being cooked right there and then in front of him. I didn't have a problem with that, that's no issue. But when you're using it for your own personal gains and then going behind my back and telling even the members of the public that you're the one that's sponsoring and providing food to me, which wasn't the case. I was spending from my pocket. I've got online banking to show money being coming out of my account daily, weekly, monthly. I'm spending at the local businesses here in Croydon.
So he's making his own sacrifice so he can feed the homeless on a daily basis, getting fruits, using his own money. He's not even getting money from other people. He actually put up the GoFundMe later on. So he is doing all this, and this man's hating. The man that he's talking about, his stall is behind where the woman is standing in the black with the grey jacket. That's the man he's talking about, because at the beginning the man was talking, like seemed like he was collaborating with him, but it doesn't seem like it. So he's saying that he's the reason why he's banned, because he sort of whispered in people's ears and got other people to get what Ringo was doing shut down. Now there is a letter that is on his community tab, which I'm going to put up as well so you can see, because they were saying that how there was a lot of controversy going on, but sometimes things was happening around him which he had no control to do with it. Some, like, there'd be things breaking out, fights breaking out, a mental health guy came round. 1 minute he was okay, another minute he wasn't okay. Then later on, Ringo said that how because he kept gravitating towards them, and what they were doing. So some things you cannot control when you're on the road. You cannot tell people how to behave. But listen to what he said.
Spent my money and supported all the local businesses in Croydon. I didn't go outside the area. I'm one of them individuals that was using my money that I've earned and go back into my local community, which is the butchers, which is the fishmongers, which is the market stalls, which is Surrey Street Market itself as a whole, and I was spending money there. That's where I've done even my household shopping for my house, and also everything that I was cooking there in the market on a daily basis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, sometimes even 6 times a week I would go out. And there's times when I was cooking, yes, it slowed down, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Then I was able to hold a sturdy, like, just momentum of coming out 4 times every week religiously. You know what I mean? Because I had targets in my head that, yes, you know what it is, I want to feed such and such an amount of people, I want to help such and such amount of people. So I was giving myself my own individual tasks just so that I could build my own momentum and stay on the journey that I was on. Because if I didn't set myself an own personal goal, maybe I would have fell off, maybe it wouldn't have continued. But back to Joseph again, everyone. Yeah, we initially started off great, we didn't have a problem. But when I initially approached Joseph, from me approaching him and said, "Oh, Joseph, I didn't like what you did and whatnot," he may not have liked the way I spoke to him or how I came across. And to each and every one of you guys that are watching me, for all that is happening, I apologize to each and every one of you for all of what is happening at the same time, people, yeah? Because this is not what I want for us as a community and for us as a channel, that's people are close here in the UK, worldwide. I value each and every one of you, and it's not about trying to create conflict or to push conflict through my platform. There's times when I'm out and I do show what's happening, because I just want to give you guys the reality of sometimes when I'm out cooking. There was a point where I didn't show anything, and there was a time when things were happening and Croydon was just that predominant place where no matter where you are in Croydon, you could be anywhere, something would happen at some point throughout the day. That's just the local area, how it is. Do you understand? And these are the reasons why I took focus on my local community, which is Croydon. Again, back to Joseph. He then went away. From me and him having our conversation, I brought my ingredients, I started cooking. Nothing happened, I started cooking, it was left as that. 2 hours later, from me cooking outside on the gas canister with the shopping trolley, with the food, with the ingredients that I bought from his stall and other various stalls, 2 hours later, someone ran down from the market and came and said, "Oh, Ringo, Joseph is outside speaking to the police." And I said to myself, I said to Adam and Lucky that was there with me, which is one of the homeless people that I help, and I said, "Oh, you guys, can you watch the kitchen for me?" So I walked up to just see what was happening, because personally, nothing that was so serious happened for the police to be called. Okay, so I attended it, and I said, "You're right there, officer. What's the matter?" And the police officer said, "Oh, well, this gentleman has made an allegation." And I said, and I looked at Joseph in his eye and I said, "Joseph, you called the police on me. I can't believe you called the police on me, Joseph, yeah?" And then the officer said, "Oh, can we go one side and talk and hear your side of the story, one side?" And then I said, "No, let's all talk together. You're the police. I'm a local citizen. He's a local member of the public as well. And he's got a market tool. Let's all talk together." And the police said, "For personal, etc." They spoke one side, I spoke with a few officers. Okay, on speaking to the officer,
What I was going to say is the guy is standing right there as he's talking to the police. He's at the back. The Indian man's staring at him at the back. That was the guy who was getting the provisions from the beginning of the whole thing. So, it's going deep now. Now the police is involved now. So, but hear what the police tells him now.
To having our own personal conversation. And that was it. It was done, and I continued cooking, and I explained that to the people. Go one side and talk and hear your side of the story, one side. And then I said, no, let's all talk together. You're the police. I'm a local citizen. He's a local member of the public as well, and he's got a market stall. Let's all talk together.
Now, you see the guy standing behind the police. That's the guy who Ringo is referring to at this present moment.
And the police said, for personal reason or etc. They spoke one side, I spoke one side with a few officers. Okay. On speaking to the officer, and I said to the officer, yes, we had a conversation this morning, but it wasn't nothing of a serious matter. It was just us two having our own personal conversation. And that was it. It was done, and I continued cooking, and I explained that to the police officer. The police officer said, okay, no problem. It doesn't seem like there's an issue here. And I said to the police officer, will it be better if I just cooked a few yards away? And the officer said, oh yeah, that'd be great, mate. If you do that, that will just solve the problem with whatever he said, and it will just, you lot will be out of each other's sight. And I said, okay, no problem, officer, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I walked back down to the market again, yeah, and I continued cooking. And that day completed, and I fed the homeless, and I gave everybody their food. Right. After I've given everybody their food and I've packed up and I've continued cooking, I've gone out the next day, the following day, and I've cooked. 2 weeks later, a letter came through the post, and the letter that I saw had 2 parts to it. One had a map, and one also had the letter of antisocial behaviour. And then that's where this is all stemmed from, everyone here. And for all of this to come to all of this just like this, I think it's all blown out of proportion in the sense of issuing a map covering the whole of Croydon from the market to the. And if you guys have seen the letter, I'll put the map in the video so that you guys can see. Yeah. So I think it's not right. And at the same time, for Joseph to then go away and make 1 or 2 or other parties to then make an initial complaint, because I can't see any from the public just taking it off their own back just to go and make a complaint that our ring goes out feeding the homeless. So it had to have come from somewhere. And when I look back into everything, that's the only place that I see that it could have come from, everyone. Like I said, that's the only place it could have come from. I can't really see it come from anywhere else. And it's a shame as well, just to know that the local community, and before the police gets involved, and I'm someone that you see every day, why is it that we could not have spoken about it or even resolved whatever I came to you and I mentioned, oh Joseph, you could have turned around and said, no, Ringo, I'm not doing anything behind your back. Or you could have turned around and said, for instance, when I approached him and said that you've been saying that you're sponsoring feeding the homeless, you could have turned around and said, yeah, Ringo, I want to be a part of your team. I want to actually give you some fruits and vegetables every week or once a week. And yeah, so I was in the planning of wanting to do that, and that would have just dissolved everything. But you felt the need not to give me an answer or anything, and walking off and whatnot, and from him walking off, it kind of made me feel some type of way, because I'm thinking like, how can the guy that me and him's here at the market every day is running over and saying that, yeah, Ringo, free food, until certain times I've had to say, Joseph, don't do that. Don't say it's free food like that. Yes, it's free food, but it's not free. It's not free. It's love. More say come, it's food with love. rather than free food. Do you understand? It seems a type of way, and it's just a shame really that it went down this road, people, yeah. And I just want to say thank you for all the support and you guys that have been supporting me on the mission. I'm coming back out. This journey is not going to stop, and it won't stop. We have 1 million people to help and to feed. You understand? Not just here in the UK, and whoever's watching across the world as well. Your communities need help, and I'm sure from what we're doing here can create even a domino effect that other people in other parts of the world can be doing the Ringo Vision mission, helping those that are in need, feeding the 1 million. And you understand, in the name of like love, unity, togetherness, humanity. You understand, people, yeah. And I just wanted to explain that because I haven't really come forth before and said, all right guys, this is the explanation of why the police was called. Do you understand? Why was the police called? The police was called because of a simple discussion that me and Joseph had, and he didn't like the way the conversation went. He called the police. Do you understand? And call the police because we're having a conversation and we're having a discussion because you don't want to talk, and I insist that, well, let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat. Let's have two grown civil talk. Why not? We could have bantered before and laughed and be like, go move from here, Joseph, or Ringo move from, or whatever. We could have been that character. So why when a conversation is not on a topic that you may not like or want to discuss or not want to be approached, because if something doesn't sit right, rather than me festering with it, I just approach with it. I just approach with you. Friend, now why did you do that yesterday, friend? I didn't even like that, you know. Don't do that again, please. Don't do that again. Do you understand? And it'll be like, oh, sorry, Ringo, or it'll be like, or vice versa. Someone can come to me and be like, oh, Ringo, I don't even like that, you know, like you hurt my feelings. You made me feel some type of way from what you just did. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, you get me? I'm not gonna get vexed with it or create an issue out of it. I'm gonna address it and approach it. Do you understand? In the right way. So even if you guys have an issue, even if personal friends have an issue, I don't fight. I don't fight with people. I don't argue with people. I'm more the type of person to walk away or to just ignore it. So for me to have to say something, it must have been something that's ongoing. Do you understand? Members of the public have come up to me and been like, oh, it's nice what the guy at the market are doing because it must sponsor. I beg your pardon? Did that mean, Joseph, you have to give me some food now because I tell people say I'll sponsor me, so give Ringo some food.
So it looks like as I said, Ringo explained, he took money out of his own pocket to suffice the kitchen that he gives out to the homeless people. He uses his own money. He does what he can do. He's been doing this a long while. He was in Brixton, he was in other places giving food to people. If you go to Ringo Vision now, you will see the places he has been where he's either gone and researched the area where he can possibly give food out. Now, the only problem is that he needs permits, he needs vans, he needs a van, probably another team and all that. And that's basically what I feel that he needs, because it was so easy for that man to get banned from Croydon, and the guy could have come out a different way. He could have just sponsored him with the food, whatever. But instead, he called the police instead when it could have been handled in a different way. So the reason why I reposted this because I was posting up some of his stuff and some of his followers was also coming over. So I wanted to repost so that anybody who's been looking or with me as Ringo has been putting out stuff, I'm just putting this out for my channel. And if people want to go over to where he is, there is a GoFundMe, there is I forgot where there's a GoFundMe. He is actually registered as a charity as well, so he is actually doing charity work, really. So by his own merit, and he's taking it out of his own pocket. And sometimes like you want to do something but like you haven't got enough, but it seems that he's able to do that. And I just thought I'd repost it on here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Thank you for joining. Please leave a comment underneath the post and tell me what you think of what the market man did to Ringo. And it isn't fair. It's very disgusting to me anyway, as well. And I also put up what they put in the Guardian about him, which is wrong, I feel, because some things you cannot control. If you're outside in an environment, right, it's not like he's in a building where he can control what's going on. So things will kick off, things will happen, arguments will happen, fights will happen, things will happen. You can't do everything, because especially if you're a person who's cooking. And I don't think he could have left the pot and go and deal with people's BS as well. So so I just thought I'd do this right now as it's come up. And with that said, I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.